Hi, it's a Thursday afternoon and I have just come from walking at our park. It's not far from here and I've put in I think 3.5 miles today. It's not too hot and it's not too cold, so it was a nice brisk walk. That is one of the things that I've been trying to do almost every day. Maybe 5 out of 7 days I try to get out and walk. And I've done that over the course of my adult life. I've tried to do some type of exercise, and in recent years it's been walking. So I just got back from that. That's why my face might be a little red. And it's mid-afternoon, and both Lauren and I are usually looking for iced coffee. And we try not to run, McDonald's is not too far from here, so we try not to run down there very often. And we do have a favorite local Cafe Kubal is one of our favorite places to get a dirty chai, which is a chai latte with shots of espresso. And you can get that hot or iced. And we usually get it iced, and it's a little pricey, so we don't do that very often either. So if you see my empty mason jar here is empty. And I usually put leftover coffee in this, if there is any leftover coffee from the morning. I put that in a mason jar, and then we can make iced coffee from that. Some of you probably don't like iced coffee, and it's not anything that you would ever drink, but it's something that we really like. And you can add anything to that. You can drink it black, creamer, sugars, syrups, whatever you like. And it is a nice treat in the summer. But I find that we've been drinking it more often than not. Maybe it's a treat for us during this pandemic, something to look forward to in the afternoon. And I don't have it every day. And again, we try not to buy them very often. But over the past few years, I have made cold brew or coffee for iced coffee from scratch. It's so simple. And I've usually done it in a big bowl. The biggest bowl that I can find, I will just fill it with water and then usually it's a pound of coffee, and then I let it set overnight in the fridge. And then using cheesecloth and a strainer, I will strain that, and then you have a coffee concentrate to make iced coffee whenever you want it. And it is pretty strong, and so you have to figure out, I don't have the exact recipe. I just kind of dump things together. So what I'm going to do today is I have a French press, and I also have a Chemex. Let me just get that. This is a Chemex. It was a gift, and it's like a pour over. And it takes a filter. You just put the filter in here. Put your coffee grounds inside of here, and then pour boiling water over the top of that. And it does take a little bit of time, and it's worth it though. I think one of the things that I'm learning during this isolation and shelter in place is I've had to slow down, and I think it's important that some of the things that we're going to learn and take away from this isolation, and again, it's not going to be over with to a certain extent for a while. And so my goal is some of the things that I have slowed down to enjoy and not feel guilty about, I'm going to continue to enjoy. And one of the things that I look forward to is, and again, during this isolation time, I don't feel guilty at all for having a slow morning. We watch the news, and I push the button on the coffee maker and wait for that first cup, and just kind of, we are able to have a little bit of a leisurely morning. And I know that many of you don't have that in your life right now, whether you're teaching your children at home or trying to work from home or whatever your life looks like. I just want to encourage you, and I'm encouraging myself, that some of these things that we're taking our time to do, that we'll continue to do, and that we enjoy, that we will continue to enjoy, and take life with joy, and just keep enjoying the things that we have maybe have slowed down to do. So all that to say that Chemex, a pour over, takes a little bit longer, but it is one of the best cups of coffee you will have if you take the time to do that. And then these gadgets have been gifts, mostly from my children, I think. So this is a French press, and typically I use it hot. You put the amount of coffee grounds in the bottom that you like, and then you're going to, again, pour hot water over the top of that, and then you put this press on the top, and I let it steep for 4 minutes. And once it has steeped, you press it, hence French press. The grounds go to the bottom, and then the coffee is left here. And again, it is a great cup of coffee. So I do use both of those on occasion, but today I'm going to use it to make a coffee concentrate or coffee for iced coffee. I don't want to make a whole big bowl, but we got to keep Lauren in stock for iced coffee. Happy, she's still doing her college work, so that keeps her going in the afternoon, and I really enjoy it too. So I'm just going to put some scoops of coffee into the press. That's about 10 coffee scoops. And then I'm just going to fill this with water. And then I'm going to put the press on top of it. Or I probably could just let this steep. Maybe I'll put wax paper or something over the top of it. You could put this press on it, but I'm not going to press it until tomorrow. I'm just going to let these grounds steep on their own in the fridge. So I'll probably put some wrap over it because you can really smell the coffee. So that's how I make iced coffee. And so then tomorrow or whenever it's ready, I usually let it steep in the fridge overnight or for 24 hours. And then depending on how strong you like your coffee, you could probably add a little bit of water to it, or your creamers, sugar, ice. Make room for ice, and that will melt, and that will weaken the strength of the coffee. So I hope you're all doing well and enjoy a cup of iced coffee.